Today I'm going to check here out one of the new cavalry heroes in Call of Dragons and make my first impression over this hero. Is going to be Freya in Call of Dragons, so let's jump directly over this hero. First thing that make me huge impression is obviously it's going to be a cavalry, but it's rally and control. Here is the thing, for a very long time I was looking for a cavalry hero to be good in the rally. Back in the days was actually Bakshi and Emery's. Right now I really hope, but we're going to go over the skills obviously, and we're going to see is this hero going to fit well in the rally composition. But I was looking for some nice rally cavalry hero because I have purpose for my infantry. They're the tanks. My Kuma and Goresh is owning the battlefield. I have my mages ready to go, marksmen to fill the rally because we're doing something like infantry rally, and after the infantry from time to time, if you're looking for some big damage in the rally, you're sending some marksman rally because by default they're having the biggest damage in Call of Dragons. And the cavalry troops are sitting like this. If you're not cavalry main, your cavalry troops are just sitting and getting the dust. So I really hope this hero to be very nice in the rally, so I can finally have a purpose for my cavalry troops. And finally it's going to be the control tower tree. We're going to later in the video we're going to jump over the tower trees and what I think is going to be fitting the best, but first thing first, we have to see the spells. So yeah, this is a Freya. Let's jump over the next slide. This is going to be the hero skills, and this is where the true power of the heroes are sitting. So first one is Wash of Judgment. Rage skill, obviously 1000 rage cost. Attack range, close. It's not melee, it's close. Which, yeah, I think only the melee is for infantry because, you know, the cavalry can be with Spring Warden and Elk Riders, which is having some distance, so the close attack range can fit also for the Elk Riders. Deals physical damage 4 times to the target legion. 4 times, okay? Damage factor 500 each time, so 4 times is going to be like 2000 damage factor. Just like that. And inflicts apprehension. Deals 10%. What does apprehensions mean? Deals 10% less damage. Deals 10% less damage to the hero legion for 5 seconds. Deals 10% less damage to the hero legion for 5 seconds. Each instance of damage has a 75% chance, so each of these 4 times, to deal extra physical damage to another nearly enemy legion. Damage factor 400. 75%, guys. 75. So you're hitting 4 times, and if it's 75, that means 3 from these 4 hits is going to trigger this chance to do a extra physical attack to another nearly enemy legion. This is something like we're going to do 2000 damage and 1.2k in extra for surrounding legions. Absolutely wild skill, and I start thinking that Uruk may have crazy competition right here. This spell is going to outperform the Uruk spell. Definitely 100%. There is no diffusive damage. I want to point out this thing. There is no diffusive damage. Also, Uruk is not having diffusive damage, but is looking absolutely wild spell that is doing crazy amount of damage. Also, damage do reduction 10%. You know, when you're charging with your cavalry, I want to point out this thing so people understand me why this is so important. When you charge with your cavalry, you're having like 80% damage reduction. I mean, this is by the cavalry troops, by themselves. The moment you catch the target is where this 80% finish. but you instantly trigger your rage skills if you're targeting rage legions like mages and marksmen. So from there, you're immediately going to get this 10% damage do reduction, which can increase the survivability of your legion to be able to trigger artifact, to be able maybe to trigger the second time the rage skill if you're doing cavalry bombs. It's just a very nice spell. On top of that, the damage of this hero is looking like wild. It's so wild. Even for a single target, this is one of the biggest damage. Maybe this is the biggest cavalry damage doing hero in Call of Dragons right now. And it's one of the new heroes that we're expecting. We still don't have these heroes in the game, but the hype is something like Yu Ming back in the days when he was presented for the mages. So I'm expecting crazy results from this hero. Now let's check it out. The second spell, the red skill is on top, the cherry of the pie. Beautiful. Even though that I'm not cavalry main, I don't like that many cavalry players. I mean, not cavalry players, but I don't have cavalry legions. Yo, brother, they're striking you, and if I'm with bitter end, I get like 2,000 deaths just by open field fights because of these strikings. Anyway, let's check out the second spell. Aberrant Form. Legion cavalry units get 10% defense and do 20% more hero skill damage. 20%. Oh my god. Did you know which hero is also doing 20%? I think it's Stoker, but hero skill damage bonus that big, it's something extremely rare in Call of Dragons. I mean, the hero skill damage bonus. So obviously this hero is not going to count over the cavalry normal attack, even though we all know the cavalry is on the second place by damage in Call of Dragons. But here we're seeing some crazy results. This 30% boost of the 2000 spell and the like 3 extra hit for 400 damage factor. I don't know. I start, I start feeling this chill stuff and scared. I feel a little scared as a mage, man. This is going to be wild. And to be fair, I plan it. I'm most likely I'm going to level up this hero. And most likely I'm going to use her with Nea for the shadow striking, for the ambush stuff. So yeah, this 2000 is crazy damage and extra damage. So yeah, this skill damage bonus is also looking absolutely wild. The defense bonus is, yeah, it's cool to have it, but the 20% is hitting the stuff. Okay, let's jump over the rest of the skills. This is going to be Frenzied Blade. I want to check it out, the first one, because I'm not quite sure we're going to see the awakening. Okay, Frenzied Blade is also passive skill. So far, the first and the second spell of this hero is absolutely wild. So for sure, go like 5-5. We're going to see for the rest of the skills. Every 8 times the hero legion deals hero skill damage, it inflicts cowardice upon the target legion for 1 second. 1 second is nothing. The hero legion also deals diffusive physical damage to the target legion and early enemy legions. 5 legions is total. Damage factor 150. For each legion damaged, the hero legion deals 5% more damage for 5 seconds, max 25%. Now here is the thing, why this spell is also good. Now cowardice, I don't think is something that you should look close over this thing, but it's adding extra damage. I mean, this diffused physical damage to the target legion and early legion is on top of that. Now every 8 times the hero legion do hero skill damage, you're going to do 4 times from the rage skill. From there, for each of these rage skill, for each of this, each time from these 4 times you have 75% chance to do some extra damage. Okay, so let's say it's 3, so 4 normal hits, 500, extra 3 for 400 is 7. We're looking for 8 times. So your deputy is going to be the 8th time. So you can pair this hero with whatever hero you like, and you're going to cover this 8 times. You're going to cover this 8 times. You don't need the second hero to do some splash damage, like to pair Freya with Urak or something like this. You can pair it with Emrys, you can pair it with whatever. I mean, when the hero come in the Call of Dragons, and obviously I can do some testing. I'm going to prepare a separate video for this, but so far this every 8 times can be achieved very easy. Okay, this is the spell, and like 150 is still nice. For each legion damage, the hero's legion deals 5% more damage for 5 seconds, max 25. I believe this can be, if you hit like 5 legion, you're going to get 25. And this is damage duel, which is going to include your pet hit, and you're going to include your artifact hit. So the moment you actually execute your Freya, and you do the rage skill damage, and after this, after 1-2 seconds you execute your artifact, you're going to benefit from this 25% extra damage. And believe it or not, cavalry artifacts are hitting like a truck. It's absolutely wild. So yeah, this is for the 3rd spell. I really like it also. So let's check out the 4th one. Dominant Demand. The Legion gets 10% HP when launching a rally. Okay, this is the rally one. Here is the beautiful thing. I'm not so sure is the dominant demand is the 4th skill, but if you want to, but if it's the 4th skill, you want to use Freya just for open field, you can make her like 5-5-5-1, completely fine. If you don't want to use this hero in the rally, and to be fair, the rallies should be from whales and krakens who have some maxed decorations, maxed pets, maxed artifact, maxed heroes, maxed everything. I mean, I think this should be the rally leaders. The Legion gets 10% HP when launching a rally. By the way, 10% HP is very nice, very solid. And when launching a normal attack during the rally, it has 20% chance to reduce the target Legion rage accumulation speed by 15% for 3 seconds. I really like the HP bonus, I'm not gonna lie, and this rage accumulation speed, I also like it because this 15%, that means 20% chance when launching a normal attack. Let's say in one spell cycle we have like 10 hits. That means for these 10 hits, 10 normal attack hits, 10 seconds, we're going to trigger 2 times this chance to reduce rage accumulation speed by 15%. Overall, if it's a long fight, it's going to affect definitely this 15% rage accumulation speed reduction is going to affect the outcome in the long fight. But if it's something that is going to finish in like 1 minute, something like your rally some city castle and everything finishes in like 1 minute, I don't think it's going to affect that much. But still, this 10% is very nice that you are getting. So this is the first of 4 skills of this hero. And finally, let's talk about the awakening. I guess this is the awakening. Cursed Crucible, passive skill. When in battle the legion and surrounding friendly PvP cavalry legions. What is supposed to mean PvP cavalry legions? All the cavalry legions are PvP. Get 10% attack. This is absolutely wild if you're cavalry main and you have your synchronization in the march speed. So you know I'm going to go with this percentage march speed. All of your heroes are moving together, and if you're in battle you're definitely getting this 10% attack. Or if you're in army group, at least one of these heroes in the army group to be Freya is going to be very nice. Here we're not having something like numbers, you know, there is no numbers here, so even for the gate opening, when you swarm the gate, you can actually use cavalry right now. It's getting 10% more attack because yeah, it's going to get boosted, even though the people are using marksmen, which is completely fine. But yeah, this is a very solid awakening. 10% legions attack for all the cavalry that are around you. So definitely I really like Freya. I really like this hero. I believe he's having absolutely great future in Call of Dragons, just by looking her spells and what she's bringing on the table. Obviously we're going to see about the synchronization. From point of rally, I believe this is a good hero also for the rally. Getting this 10% HP and rage accumulation speed reduction. Rage accumulation speed reduction is one extra debuff. So if you have like one rally with Tudor, who is reducing the HP by 20%, you have Freya reducing the rage accumulation speed, and maybe you can get Sibyl for some defense break. You can make something absolutely wild on the enemy castle or gate or whatever, or bastion, whatever you're rallying. So yeah, I strongly believe Freya is a very solid hero, very nice one. I cannot wait to get her in the game. I definitely go. I don't invest randomly in something different from mages, but yeah, I'm definitely going to try to chase Freya and see how the things go there. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit one like, subscribe. If you want to personally support my work, you can become a member of this channel. And yeah, wish you a great day. Here I'm going to put one video that can give you some extra information about something. I really don't know what is going to appear here, but you can go and check it out. So far, yeah, I wish you a great day and see you in the next video.